The stream's live.
Here we go. And all right. Hello. Hello. Oops. Welcome to Let's Talk Turkey. I am Dean the Turkey Likester, and this is my regular Tuesday night stream. And I almost forgot the best part of my costume. So there you go, guys. If you could see that. Welcome in to another fun stream. Always love doing this. And tonight is the first of several streams I'm going to try to be doing in the future over the next, going into the new year, at least once a month, having a special guest on. And I am going to say hello to all the friends in the chat, but I need to introduce you guys to Miss Jennifer Caruso over here on stream. I've been looking
Hello,
forward to
everyone.
this. I've been looking forward to this for a while, and looking forward to just chatting a bit about cruising. I know almost nothing about cruising except that you go on a big boat, and Jennifer's done it a lot, so I figure who better to ask than the expert, or, you know. So let me just
Experience.
say,
Will not call me an expert, but maybe experience.
much more experienced.
Yeah.
Let me greet everybody. All righty, Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Hello, happy Tuesday. Julie McCowan, welcome in. Hello. I'm in the chat. Great. Epcot Forever, Jordan, hello, welcome in. Glad to see you. What'd Jordan say? Couldn't miss this. Told Jennifer she better have her turkey leg ready. I've got two turkey legs on my head. I have my inflatable turkey leg. It's across the room. I'll show that next Tuesday. If you guys haven't seen that yet, come back next Tuesday. I'll show you my inflatable turkey leg. I've got Anne Marie in the chat. Hello, hello. Great to have you in. Happy Tuesday. Let's go down more. Tina McNeil. Hello, Tina. And hello to Chuck. I know you'll be listening, watching later, if not now. So welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Dawn, the Hitchhiking Bones. Howdy. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Hitchhiking Bones will be on at 10 o'clock at the top of the next hour for their weekly Hitchhiker Chat. Always a fun time. Make plans to go visit them. Dapper Vandercrew, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Great to have everyone here. Down the chat. Mandy Adams, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Great to have everybody here. So, in the chance that you are not familiar with Jennifer Caruso, I do have Jennifer's YouTube and Instagram links in the description of the stream, and I know Jonathan has been posting the links as well to go check out Jennifer, because we're going to chat about cruising and tonight, but I think actually seeing Jennifer's streams and vlogs will probably do a little bit better justice than just a chat. But this is, I think this will be informational as well. So before we start, I do want to say, if anyone here has any questions for Jennifer about cruising, go ahead and put that in the chat. Put the word question first, and then and then your question, and that way that'll I can highlight those and we can. Jordan says you have on my. Oh, okay.
It's so funny.
Well, well, you know, it's how it goes sometimes. So anyway, yeah. Any questions, put them in the chat. Start with the word question. It does not need to be like all caps or anything, but it'll, you know, just start
we'll
with.
see.
So,
We'll find
yeah,
it.
yeah. So again, Jennifer, just in
Yes.
case there are any friends here that are not familiar with you, if you wouldn't mind just kind
Little
of telling us a
intro.
little intro about you and your channel and all that.
Sure. Well, I started my YouTube channel it's been almost 2.5 years. And I started out just vlogging. I was deathly afraid to live stream, although I always wanted to. And I got some encouragements from some friends, and I thought, well, I'm going to give it a shot. And, you know, the first couple were a couple rough ones because I was was on the beach. I was in an all laggy area, you know, and the second one was a little bit better. I went to the manatee museum, and the manatees were all out. It was cold and we saw manatees, and I had a lot of facts about them. And then I kind of got more comfortable, and then I have my one big day in the Magic Kingdom. And that was what I call my real first live stream. And after that, that's all she wrote. That's all I wanted to do. So. But of course, I live in South Florida. I live in Palm Beach County. I'm about 2 hours and 15 minutes from Disney. I get there quite a bit because I work full time. I always work full time my whole life. My husband and I were both into real estate, remodeling, but my main job, my everyday 40-hour-week job was IT. So I was in the IT industry all those years and worked the other jobs was like a hobby side job. But we were always so busy, always working. It was really hard for me to find all the time I needed for my channel while I was doing that. So I decided last December it will be a year. Actually, November 30th, when we leave for this cruise, that will be my 1-year retirement anniversary. So I didn't even think about it that way, but I retired 1 year ago on November 30th. Ever since then, I've been full steam ahead with live streaming and vlogging a little, but I'm going to get back into some more vlogging. I kind of laxed up. I'm hoping to do Vlogmas this year, which is a video a day from December 1st through Christmas. So. But that's it. Yeah. So I live stream Disney, cruising. I live stream live on the ships. It depends on the ship's internet, but I will always live stream while we're in port to show the sail away party. If we have Starlink, which is the really great internet like we had on the last ship that we went on, the Celebrity, I will do live streaming at sea. Which is pretty amazing when you think of it, Dean, that you can be in the middle of the ocean and you can be chatting with all of my friends and streaming.
Cool. All right.
Tell us about your first cruise, Julie's asking.
Okay. Well, let me say hello to Cherie, Surfer Girl.
Hi.
From the chat, it looks like Jordan owes her some pins, so maybe we want to get on that. But yeah, tell us about your first cruise. That was actually one of my questions.
It was a week cruise. It was on a Carnival ship, and it was a ship that I believe they've since retired it because it was quite a while ago. Ron and I always loved to travel. We love to cruise. We love to go to the Bahamas. We loved Paradise Island. Mainly it's where we honeymooned. Well, we started out in Acapulco, but they had an earthquake, and I said, I want to go home. He says, no, you're not going home. He says, we'll go to the Bahamas. So we ended up in the Bahamas. But yeah, it was a Carnival cruise, and it was a lot of fun. And
Cool.
so we cruised Carnival. My next cruise, I can't remember what it was, but I can tell you like all the different cruise lines that we've been on. I can try to remember.
So you've been on Carnival. Have you gone on Disney?
No, Disney. I have not been on a Disney cruise. My husband has zero interest in going on a Disney cruise. So if I am to go on a Disney cruise, I have to go either like with my son Nick, or maybe my girlfriend Regina, or somebody else. He just feels, Dean, and I kind of understand. First of all, you can take like 3 cruises for the price of one Disney cruise. Plus, like, we're in the parks all the time, and he just
Right.
like doesn't feel like he needs to see Mickey Mouse on a cruise ship. That's what he tells me.
Yeah.
I need to see Mickey Mouse on a cruise ship.
I get that. That and I mean, I can see that. I don't know that I share that, but the
Yeah.
price, that just the price point, I don't think I would do more than one Disney cruise if I, did that
Yeah.
personally.
I mean, I don't like to, if I really pushed it, I'm sure he'd take me, but like, I respect what he
yeah.
wants to, you can't, do that. But somebody's asking about Princess. Yes, I've been on a Princess cruise. I've been on 2 Princess cruises. I've been on several Royal Caribbean. My Peter was a choreographer, and he was a for Royal, and he just choreographed their shows for their newest ships. He is a aerialist, and so when they have like the aerial shows and the swim shows and special shows like that, they pull in Peter to do the choreography and the training of the new crew. So I've been on Peter's ships when he's been there, and one of my favorite cruises was a celebrity cruise that we did. And I want to say it was back like the year 2000, 2001, maybe. It was quite a while ago. But we had the presidential suite, and it was in the center of the ship. It was a gigantic suite with a living room, a dining room. We had our own cabin steward. It was, like all day long, like he was just there waiting for anything that you needed. And they would serve you dinner in your cabin. And it was like a special event that we did that, but that was good. And it was called the Celebrity Century, that ship. And we had family with us. I had the children with us, and Ron's mom and dad came, and his cousin Linda, and it was a fun time. But that was a big deal back then. Like, I don't think I could afford that right today. The price has gone up like so high to cruise in that luxury.
Let me see. Did I miss? Okay. So I guess
Dawn said she did her first cruise on their 25th wedding anniversary.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. Well, I kind of remember the occasion. What I had sold a company, and that I had built, and that was kind of like a celebration of that. So it was an occasion.
Yeah. And Tina says only been on one cruise, so it's 2. We cruised Alaska on Princess.
I want to go there in the worst way. I want to go to Alaska. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I think I can get Ron to do it. He just likes the warm climate. He likes the Caribbean. He likes the warm and the sand and the ocean. But I think because friends have gone and told us how wonderful an Alaskan cruise is. I think I might be able to get there. I don't know which
Yeah.
cruise line's the best to go to Alaska on either. But they went on
Yeah, I
Princess.
mean,
Tina went
I'm
on Princess. Check
yeah,
that
I'm not
out.
sure. Yeah, I guess it'd be worth the research for that. I did I just because I haven't been on a cruise, maybe some of the one question I had about kind of the setup of how you board the ship. Like, what's the
Okay, I can talk about that. And from the beginning, hi Disnoa, welcome in. It's good to see you.
oh, hey,
From the
Noah.
beginning, different cruise lines do things a little bit different, but I'm finding that they're more and more they're moving to a certain system. So I'll just kind of go by the last couple of cruises that we did. So how we get to the cruise port, and it starts by getting to the port. You've got to get to the port. So we like to take the train, so we're not dealing with the car, parking a car and all of that at the cruise port or terminal, because it's really expensive to park a car like at the cruise port. So if you don't do that, you have to like rent parking somewhere, and you have to go online, find a parking lot nearby, pay online. You get in there, they have like a reservation for you. Then they have buses that take you to the cruise port. Like, I've done that. I don't like that process. I'd rather just take the train and then from the train station get an Uber to the cruise port. And that seems to be worked fine for us. So when you get to the cruise port, you like go into a line, and they take your bags first off. As soon as you get there, from out of your car, there's bag handlers there that check. You have your luggage tags already on your bag that have your cabin number, your name, and you print those out. All the documents now are online. Once you book your cruise, you'll have access to all your documents. And that's another process before the cruises. You have to fill out a lot of documents. Your passport number, your date of birth, if you emergency contact information. And so before you can even print your boarding pass, your boarding document, or your luggage tags, you have to have all that information online completed. So that's like the first step. So then you print out your luggage tags, and it's kind of silly to talk about it, but if you don't know, it's good to know. It's on a printer sheet of paper, and then it folds like into 3 places. So you have this wide of a luggage tag, and it says it on both sides, and then you just slip it through your bag handle and staple the end of it. So they're paper tags, but they're like 3-ply thick, so they stay on the bag. So you give the bags, like if you want to keep a carry-on with you, I always do. I put a swimsuit usually in the carry-on, any medicines that you might need, any like my earbuds, a power supply, things like that, for your phone that you want to have with you on the ship. Because different ships allow you to access your cabin at different times. So you go in, you check in kind of with this first person at the door. They just look at that you have your ship document. They check that you have your passport. Then you go on in, and you kind of go through a line. It's like at Disney, you know what I mean? You have like a line, and it moves though. You're not standing still, And they used to have like a big, long check-in desk, and they would have people all along it. It's like the cash, like going into the world of Disney, and you know how they have the long desk with all the cashiers. That was
Yeah.
the setup, and they would have a little light, or they'd call you. Well, now they kind of moved away from that. Most cruise lines, they have these like little, what I call cocktail tables, and the the cruise employees have iPads. So like you go up to their little table, they just scan in your code that you have on your boarding pass. There's like a little, what do they call it? Not a QR code, but a barcode. And they check you in, and they don't even give you room keys anymore when they check you in there. Your room keys will be outside your door. So that's it. They look at your passport. It took us like 5 minutes, but then you have to go through like bag security. You have to go through security just like you would coming into the theme park. You scan in, or you go through security, then you scan in. So I think the security part is actually before. No, I think they check you in first and then you go through security. Yes, they check you in first and then you go, because they don't want you in there if you don't belong there. So you get checked in first. They make sure you have your passport. Then you go through security. And after you clear security, you go into a waiting terminal. But you have a lot of people. You probably want to stop and welcome some people in.
I have starred some comments. Welcome into Samuel. Welcome in and happy birthday to you, Samuel. Brian Eisenhart, welcome in. Gloria, welcome in. And Jason, welcome in. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Brian had a question. Is it okay just to spend all day in the buffet line?
Well, it closes for a period of 2 hours. So you have about 2 hours where you couldn't be there, but there's other open places to eat on the ship. So you could actually. So like the last time that the last cruise we were on, we got actually, so you go into this waiting terminal, and each cruise line has a different method of, they might have you in a different section, A, B, C, or whatever, or they have you all in one area. And when we went on Celebrity the last time, we were kind of all in one area. And, they had 2 doors to board the ship, like you could go either way. And we were in there, it wasn't more than 5 minutes. So it was the whole check-in process. The longest thing was going through security, because you had to put your stuff in the bin and take it out, and Ron has to
like
get
the
one.
airport, yeah.
Everything. So, so we were only in that I call it the holding pen, for like 5 minutes. And then they have it's like an airplane ramp, but it's longer because it goes up too. It kind of goes up, and because you're going, like from ground level and boarding the ship, we boarded on level 3. So they have the gates, that you walk up, and then you actually enter into the ship, and somebody's there. You don't really clear with anybody when you enter into the ship because you've already been cleared. And then you're in. And the first thing I saw was a shop with designer purses.
Of course.
Of course.
It might have been on purpose.
Julie, I like to board this ship. I like it too. She wants to know, what time do I prefer to board the ship? I like to board around 11. I like to get on the ship early. And in this particular case, we were allowed to go straight to our room. We had access to our rooms as soon as we got on the ship. All the doors were open in the hallways. They said you can go to your rooms. You can put your bags in there. They don't really want you staying. They don't want you going in there and taking a nap, because the crew still might be delivering towels, or they may have to vacuum or whatever. But you had access to the ship, and you had access to your keys, which were, you have like a little mailbox slot on the outside of your cabin door, like in the hallway. And there was a sealed envelope in there that had information, and it had your keys, which are just like a plastic hotel key. And so once you have that, you're good to go on the ship. You can use it to buy, cocktails, to buy whatever that you might want to do. Operation Rising Star called on one of your cruises. Have you ever Operation Rising Star? I haven't, but is that a fundraiser they do? Because Carnival does a fundraiser for St. Jude's on all of their cruises. So I don't know if it's something like that, Brian. Is it a fundraiser? And we're always involved in the St. Jude. So they have where you can buy certain merch and the proceeds will go to St. Jude. They have T-shirts and all of that. But then as soon as we got rid of it's a code for when a passenger passes away on a ship. Thank goodness I've never had to hear that. But
Oh, wow.
I know that it does happen. I didn't know what that code is, and I don't know if it's the same on every ship. But I'm sure it wouldn't be necessarily something that the passengers do know. I know they have codes, like if a man's overboard or something like that. I mean, they have codes and bells and everything like that,
Yeah.
The other thing that you must do on the ship is before the ship sails and by a certain time, you have to complete your muster station drill. And it used to be that, that is the emergency protocols on the ship. It used to be that they would, you would have on your room key you still have on your room key where your muster station is. Like we were C, so we were in like the theater. And you used to all go into that venue and they would get everybody in there and they would show you how to put on your life vest. They would demonstrate, the whistle. They would make you listen to the emergency bells, horn system on the ship so you knew what was emergency. They don't do that anymore. I mean, it's online. So like on our phones, we watched the video of how to do the life vest. When we did get on the ship, they did do the horns, but we also listened to that on the video too. But the thing that you did have to do, and Ron and I did it right away because we just wanted to get it out of the way before we went to the buffet, is you had to find your muster station and you had to check in with them. And then they scanned your barcode again or scanned your key. And if you don't do that, the ship will not be allowed to leave port. Every single passenger has to do it or they won't be released to leave port. So that is one thing. Yeah, that's it. Cruising is a true vacation because everything's right there. Food, entertainment. You don't have to make plans hardly. It's just a vacation.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the boarding. Did you kind of understand that flow, Dean?
Yeah, that's it.
How I explained it.
Like I've never done it, so
And there's there's like little things like the elevator banks when you're boarding the ship. Like not all of them are available because the baggage people are like loading a lot of the elevators to get the bags, up to the floors that they belong to. So sometimes like I'll just take the stairs if it's reasonable, but if you're going up to the 14th or the 13th floor or even the 10th floor and you're on the 3rd floor, you want an elevator,
Yeah.
So the elevators can get a little hairy right when you're boarding the ship. That's all. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. Dawn's saying they generally eat in the dining room as many meals as possible. You enjoy the service and our service saved us a table for 2. Yeah. It used to be they would sit you at big tables for 8 people, typically, and you would sit with people that you didn't know. Now there's tables for 2, most or whatever your size group is. Like when there's just Ron and I, we always just sit with the 2 of us. We may be close to another table where we end up chit-chatting, but we physically, we pretty much have our own table. As far as where you eat, like I don't like to get dressed in the morning to go to the dining room for breakfast. I just want to put on my swimsuit, put on a cover up, and go down to the buffet and then take my bag with me and then right out to to the pool or off the ship, whatever we're going to do. So I never eat breakfast in the dining room. I mean, maybe one time on an 8-day cruise, I'll do that. But we're like beach people, pool people, more than we're like interior ship activity people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot to do on the interior of the ship. Um, no, no more really, Tina. Uh, I shouldn't say no more, but we choose what's called anytime dining. So normally, Dean, you can choose 5 o'clock dining, like 7 p.m. dining, or 7:30. Maybe it's like 5:30. I don't know the times. Maybe it's 6 and 8. I think that's it. I think 6 o'clock is early dining, 8 o'clock is late dining. Or they have something on a lot of the ships called anytime dining. And that's where you can go anytime, so you don't have to be on a schedule. And we both prefer the anytime dining because, maybe you're just not ready to get up and go to dinner at 6,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it just depends. And kind of in the winter, we have done a lot of scheduled dining. Some ships still have scheduled dining. They don't have any time, I guess, but usually the ships I've sailed on lately all have that option. But I would say if it's a wintertime cruise, pick early dining because it gets dark earlier. If it's a summertime cruise, I would choose late dining because that sun's still shining at 6 o'clock, outside. Okay, let's see. You ordered breakfast in your cabin and sometimes sit on our balcony. That's a great option. I do that a lot. I always, like, before we moved to Florida, and we've been here about 12 years, but I would always insist on a balcony cabin because I lived in Pittsburgh. I wanted to be outside on my balcony and everything. Well, I don't need a balcony cabin anymore. I told Ron, don't waste the money on a balcony cabin because I am at the ocean every day. I'm on my balcony every day, and I'm okay with not being on a balcony on a ship. So, there's lots of places to sit outside on the ship. They have beautiful areas where you can sit outside on the ship and have your breakfast and everything. So we don't pay the extra for a balcony cabin typically, unless like he gets like an email that says, "Oh, upgrade for, this great price." And then we can do that.
So Jonathan is asking, so does that mean you're not the type to go abroad at a stop all day? When I went to Europe, I knew some people on board wouldn't leave the boat at all.
Oh no, Ron does all our cruise booking. Like, I mean, I used to, but I'm just not interested in doing it anymore. I have too many things. I have thumbnails to make. I have live streams to plan. I have trips to Disney. I have video editing. I have my Disney stuff. So, I mean, I really don't want to take any of my time to plan cruises. So that's Ron's doing. And he picks the cruises, Jonathan, by the ports. So we get off at every port and we spend the day on shore at the port. He has favorites. So he'll research it, and like the last time we were in Nassau, we went to the Margaritaville Hotel and we went to the Fins Up Water Park. I have that on my channel. And we spent the whole day there. It was a beautiful hotel. It was a great water park. They had big slides. They had the ocean right there that you could use and everything. And like you pay for like a day pass. And so like we always have a place that we're going to go when we get off the ship. Like we know now on the different islands where we're going to go, like Cayman Islands, we're going to be going on this trip. And we know that we'll be on 7 Mile Beach, and we know exactly which beach club that we're going to go to. So we like to get off the ship and explore around and shop and everything. Tina would need a balcony. Yeah. Why do it without a balcony over the water? Well, I'm telling you, if you don't have a balcony, you can still be over the water all day by being outside. You don't need to be in your room. I'm outside all day, right on the water. And once it's nighttime, you really can't see the water. So I'm fine without a balcony. But like I said, because when I did live in Pittsburgh, I did insist on that balcony because I wasn't at the ocean all day,
Yeah.
every day like
So
I
you
am.
wanted to see the ocean. Yeah.
I did want to see the ocean. And yeah, and I would sleep outside on that balcony some nights too, from on the cruise ship. Like if we had a lounge chair, I would fall asleep and I'd sleep. And I'd say, Ron, if I fall asleep, don't wake me up. He says, you might fall in the water. I said, I'm not going to fall in the water. But actually, that probably wasn't a great idea because it can get rough, the water.
Yeah.
Good night, Sheree.
Night, Cherie. Thanks for popping in. Have a good sleep. Sweet dreams.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm sure, Jean, you've been in my live streams. You've seen the buffets.
oh yeah.
And the last one
Buffets.
we had turkeys every day on the last one.
Oh my goodness.
Full turkeys. Yep. Every day. They bring them out one after the other. There were turkey legs. You could get a turkey leg.
Man.
And they were good.
Oh.
They were like good roasted turkeys.
Hey, Chris Curtis family. Welcome in.
You're new
Happy
here.
Tuesday.
Hi, Chris. We always forget to pick Chris up for the cruise. He always wants to come and we always tell him, well, we'll pick you up, stand in your driveway, and then we always forget. Poor Chris.
Oh, okay. I forgot the question I was just going to ask. Anyway, why don't we look at the these pages?
I can talk a little bit about the things that there are to do on the ship, but yeah, we can look at that. That's good.
Yeah, I was just looking at the time. Oh, I have to come back to the tab. I'm clicking away from the chat. So I'm looking at a, let me click that out of that. So Jennifer, you said this is the cruise that you're
Yeah, this is the next one we're going on. And the cruise line is MSC, and we did one of these last year. We had done one years ago. We absolutely did not like it at all. And our friends who cruise a lot encouraged us. They lived in Fort Lauderdale, and they would jump on this cruise like at the last minute. And they said, you guys have to go back and try MSC again. It's like they've totally turned around the cruise line. And what it was before is they were catering before to like a lot of like Europeans, and I don't know. It was just like a different environment, and they had like a lot of Indian food and on the ship, and that isn't really my thing. But we did take an MSC, and we did really enjoy it, and we particularly enjoyed their private island. So Ron found this cruise, and as you can see, the price of it is $469 a person, and that includes all fees and taxes, and that is for 7 nights and 8 days. So people, they think cruising has to be really expensive, but it really doesn't. And this cruise, so it boards in Miami. So we'll take the Bright Line, we'll take the train down to Miami, get a taxi to the cruise port, and we'll leave, probably sometime around 5 out of the port of Miami. And then the whole next day will be a day at sea. And then the third day, 3, will be in Jamaica. So that is the one. Yeah. Ron and I have been to Jamaica many times. I actually met Bob Marley in person in Jamaica when I was first married. And I won a toga contest that Bob Marley was playing. He said, okay, everybody go back to your room, pull the sheets off your bed, make a toga, come back. Whoever has the best toga will win. Well, I decorated my toga with all these fresh flowers from the resorts. I was just picking them off the trees, and I was pinning them and tying them onto my toga, and I had all these beautiful red flowers on my bed sheet on my toga. That was a good time. But so we've done Jamaica, and we have done Dunn's River Falls, which is there, which is a a waterfalls that you climb, and it's really beautiful. But like, I've done that, and we've done like a river cruise there, that you like take a raft down a winding river that's really lush and beautiful, and then it goes to like a little sandy beach, and they have like a cookout for you, and there's all kind of activities that you can do in Jamaica. But this may be the one port that I will just get off and go to the cruise port, like in Jamaica. So when you get off the ship in every port, they have like a little mini village that is full of shops and bars and maybe a beach as well. And they'll have like a little a desk where you can like book a tour if you want to go somewhere, get a cab and go see something particular, or they'll have bus tours or whatever around the island.
Yeah.
But because I've been to Jamaica probably 4 times, if not 5, I may not get off the ship there. We'll see.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, and so the next day we end up in the Cayman Islands on day 4, and that's a beautiful place. That is absolutely beautiful island. That is a place that I could live. It's
Mm.
very, very nice, low crime rate, very civilized British, and yeah, the Caymans. So they have a beautiful beach called 7 Mile Beach. It's 7 miles long, white sand, crystal clear water. And so that will probably be a dive or snorkel day. Then the next day we go on to Mexico, Cozumel, and there's a lot to see there. You can go to some ruins there. They have very good shopping there. They have beautiful beaches there. It's probably the only place I would ever consider renting a scooter, or a motorcycle. Usually don't do that on any of the islands because there's so many accidents. But Cozumel is one of them that you can do that on. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do excursions sold by the ship, the thing about excursions is, like Ron and I know where to go on these islands because we've been to most of them. So we normally
Yeah.
don't get excursions on the ship. We normally, just go on our own. But there's a risk to that, and that is if like you don't get back on time, the ship's not going to wait for you. If you book a tour with the ship and something happens, your bus breaks down or whatever, that ship is going to wait for you. They're going to take the responsibility to, make sure that you get back to the ship and all of that. So I would say for like any new cruisers or people that aren't familiar with the islands that they're going to definitely like book your tours through the ship. Yeah, Cozumel, they have a natural well, it's like a brackish water actually. It's like a protected national park is what it is. And there's I think it's called Chichen or something like that, Chichen Itza Park, and it's a national park, and you can see a lot of sea life there that you don't normally see in other places because the water is brackish, half salt, half fresh. So that's fun to do that. And then I think the next day is another day at sea, and then we go to the Ocean Cay Marine Reserve, which is MSC's private island. And that is
Oh.
just so beautiful. And I think you have the link for that. Yes, there it is. No? Yeah, there it is. That's it.
There's the excursions. Okay. Am I
Yeah.
sharing? Let me make sure.
You see,
Oh,
that
hold on
is
one
that is
second.
actually how the ship docks right there.
Oh, I think I'm gonna have. Oh, give me 1 second.
Okay, take your time.
Um,
Looks good from where I'm looking.
where is okay, I'm gonna have to see what I'm. Wait 1 second.
You don't have to put it up, Dean. I can just talk about it if it's
Okay, yeah.
giving you. Yeah, I
I
can
have
just
to
pull
go
it
in
up
and
here.
click what I'm
I'm gonna
sharing.
look at it. Yeah, and so
Actually, wait. Did I do
okay, I'll
it?
give you a second. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, there we go.
There we
So
go.
I can do this streaming thing. Okay, so
There you go.
excursions and
Yeah,
excursions. Look
yeah,
at
and just
that
scroll
water.
down. Yeah, that's how it looks too. And this there it's just beach the whole way around this island. It's then they have like little shuttles that ride you around it too. And you can see like all these things they have if you go down to Ocean Cay. See that lighthouse? Stop on that lighthouse there. Go up a little bit, like scroll back up. Yeah, they have this lighthouse and they have like, like Spaceship Earth. I'm always relating to Disney, but you know how they have a light show on Spaceship Earth? They have a
Yeah,
light show like
yeah.
that on that
Oh,
lighthouse. It's amazing every night. And then when it gets dark, like you'll see that. And then they have on the beach, they'll have a bonfire on the beach. So you can kind of go and hang out on the fire on the beach, roast some marshmallows, and watch the light show there that plays like all night long. You can rent snorkel gear there. You can rent scuba gear there. They have kayaking. I don't know if you keep on scrolling down. Do they have any more pictures or? Yeah, volleyball.
volleyball. Looks like they've got soccer also.
Yeah, like in
Luna,
pool.
Ocean Cay Olympic Games.
Yeah, see,
Luna
they have
Libre
that
Party.
and the evening lighthouse show. And then they have an evening beach picnic, which I was talking about, beachside fire pits and star watching. I mean, it is really because
Oh
we get
wow,
there
yeah.
and we have like a whole evening there, and then we stay overnight on the ship, and we're there the whole next day. So it's really nice. And they also have like they have food on the island. They have ice cream. They have cabanas that you can rent, and they have, just your beach chairs are all included, and your towels and everything. So it's like a free, it's a day of entertainment that's all free. Really, you don't have to buy any type of a day pass for any resort.
Because this is the cruise lines island.
That's a good, Dawn. I'm going to have to write that down. I've never been to the Money Bar on Cozumel. I have to write that down. Hi, Debbie Burnfield.
Hey Debbie, welcome in. And then there's looks like children's activities
They
here.
do, yes, and they have a
Ice
children's
cream.
area on the ship too, where you can check them in. They're secure and have activities for the kids on the ship. All the ships now are really good with kids. I think Carnival, they have the best kids program. They have the best kids camp. They have a whole giant area of the ship devoted to kids called Dr. Seuss, and they've got water slides and like a water park, and they've got like their kids area it's big, and it has a lot of carnival camp counselors there, and really take care of the kids. So,
I did.
so that's
Julie.
kind of it. And then we go back to Miami.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, day 8 is back to Miami.
Yeah.
Julie asked a little bit ago, which cruise line has the best food?
You know,
I'm
I
sure
would have
that's
to say the
um,
food on this celebrity cruise was really amazing. It was the dining room. Every night we ate in the main dining room. We didn't go to a specialty restaurant. And I can explain that a little bit, Dean, to you. So included in the price of your cruise are certain places to eat. It's like the buffet that's open, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the main dining room that's opened usually just breakfast and dinner. Not sure about lunches. Then there's other areas on the ship, like Carnival has Guy Ferraris. They have a pizza place. This ship that we had, they had that we were just on the Celebrity. They had like a deli that wasn't any extra. That was like on, I don't know, I think it was deck 5 of the ship, kind of where the shops were and stuff. They had like a Starbucks type barista there, and they had pastries and like croissant sandwiches and things like that. That wasn't an extra. Usually those things are an extra though, if you're not in the dining rooms. And then they have like several big restaurants. Usually I would say an average of 3 or 4 big restaurants on a ship that are upcharges and that you can book. Sometimes you can book those right in the cruise terminal while you're waiting. Like Carnival will allow you right in the cruise terminal while you're waiting to board the ship. They have tables set up and you can book your fine dining there or your update. You can buy your drink packages there if you want to buy drink packages or cola packages, whatever. This ship didn't have anything in the cruise terminal, not even a vending machine. So it was a good thing we were only there for 5 minutes because there was nothing to do there in Fort Lauderdale in the Celebrity Terminal. They did have very nice restrooms, though. I will say that. But
and
so
yeah.
Dawn, I for different reasons. It depends on the mood I'm in. Like I like all the ships. Honestly, I am just not a fussy cruiser. You can put me on any ship and I will have a good time. I will find the fun. I will find the music. I will find the dancing. Now, Ron was really disappointed on the Celebrity, on this particular Celebrity cruise, because they didn't have the big TV screen on the pool deck. He likes to go out there on the pool deck at night and he likes the big TV screen and he likes to watch a movie. He likes to go to the comedy club after that. They didn't have a comedy club on this ship. Most ships like Carnival has a comedy club every night, 2 shows a night. There's different comedians all through your cruise, and he loves going to those. Okay, besides like the shows that I like, which are like the Broadway type shows in the theaters. So, but now Celebrity had amazing Broadway shows in the theater, but they used their theater 2 nights, like one early for a comedian, and then the next night, a late night show, adult show for a comedian, the same one. So we got 2 comedy shows, same comedian, a G-rated show and like probably a R-rated, I would say.
Uh,
That you couldn't be in there if you weren't 18 because they were just
uh,
adult subject matter used
yeah.
in the jokes, which I don't think it's funny really, to tell you the truth, all the time. But,
Yeah, it's not really.
yeah, I like the early comedy shows, where the kids can be there and they're usually pretty funny.
Yeah.
So what's my favorite? It just depends, like what I'm in the mood for. But honestly, I like them all. I like Royal and Celebrity. They are nice ships. They have great food, but that's an early night. Like you got to go to bed at 11 o'clock because there's not much to do. I mean, and I
Mm.
that. I'm a late night person. I like to be up late. So I like to go like I like to find like the Latino club, like where they have
Oh
like the
yeah.
Latino music and salsa and dance. And I like the, name that tune stuff. And I like to do like all the stuff that goes on, like, after 9 o'clock, 10, 11, 12, maybe by 12:30, 1, I'm ready, to call it a night. And Ron just shakes his head. I says, take it. Well, take a nap in the afternoon so we can stay up, But so I guess like at some point I might like Royal because I really like Royal. But I don't find enough in the evening to do there. And like, there wasn't even a piano bar. Like I love going in the piano bar. They have like Carnival has dueling pianos, like where there's 2 piano players in there. And then they have another piano bar just by itself with a single piano. You sit around and sing and, can have drinks and have a good time with everybody. So, it just depends. It depends what your cup of tea is. Like my cup of tea wouldn't be necessarily yours or, Tina's or Dolphin's. So you kind of have to know what ship caters to what you like.
Yeah, and so I guess that's where the research would come in.
Yeah, but what I will say about Carnival is we learn on, because we usually go on longer days. We usually go 8 days, 7 nights, or 4 nights, 5 days. That's normally, and we've gone 10 days, and those are nice too. But we rarely go on a 3-day cruise. And Ron wanted to get a certain status, and he booked us on this Carnival 3-day cruise, and you didn't need a passport to get on it. Because the Bahamas will take a birth certificate, and that's the only stop it made. And there was a whole different clientele on that cruise because it was out of Miami, and it kind of just mimicked the demographics of Miami is all I can say, So we kind of learn when you're doing stay away from those 3-dayers that are out of South Florida, because you're going to get some wild stuff going on.
A more wild crowd then.
A more wild crowd, yeah. Yeah. But anyway.
Well, yeah.
I
am looking at So, this has been so much fun tonight. I'm looking at the time, and
I can't believe an hour's gone by.
Time, like they say, time flies when you're having fun. But and I know we could, go on and on, but I guess that's I think this was a good, start to learning about cruising. But once everyone, if you want to, like I said at the beginning, I think just if you haven't, I recognize a lot of the friends in the chat. I think you all are familiar with Jennifer's channel and her content, and just if you don't haven't found Jennifer yet, I would say go check her out, go check her channel out. She had, like she mentioned, she does stream on this streamed from the not
ocean.
taking off, but
from the port. From the port, and from the sea as well.
From the sea. So
this next ship we're going on, this next ship has great internet, so I will be streaming at sea.
Okay, so check Jennifer out. Upcoming cruise. She had a cruise pretty recently, and vlog and streams there. So I would say, go ahead and go visit Jennifer and see her cruise content, Disney content as well. Really quickly, along with the cruise, what other
what do I have coming up? Well, this week, next week, this week, come see me. I am going to be live streaming the first night of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party on the 8th, Friday. And I will be streaming Saturday on the 9th, the first night of Jollywoods. So looking forward to that. So excited about that. We've got great, I've got a great outfit for both nights. I don't know what Ron's wearing. You can never be sure what Ron's going to show up. It might be palm trees. Could be Steeler stuff.
We'll just wait for that, I guess.
Tune in to see what Ron's wearing.
Stay tuned on
Right.
Jennifer's channel. Yeah, Christmas parties starting. Christmas countdown. Whoops. 1 second, guys. 50 days until Christmas. Guys.
That's cute. I love peanuts.
This
Charlie
is
Brown.
from, where was this from? This had to have been, oh goodness, where was this from? I found this this is Hobby Lobby. So this was Hobby Lobby.
I can't go in that store. I'm not allowed.
You're not allowed? Okay.
Hobby Lobby.
So
big no.
Thank God. I went in there. They had a 40. They had like a 40% off. Yeah, they had a 40% off their Christmas stuff during October. So so I got that. So
I love
anyways, that's gonna do it for the stream tonight. Jennifer, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Dean. It was a fun time. I could have talked. So we have to do it again, and we'll go over what goes on the inside of the ship.
We have to continue the cruise. Then I need to have you back to talk about Disney. That will be like 10 streams. Anyway, speaking of Christmas and Disney, I think my friends, the Hitchhiking Bones, they've got a Disney Christmas themed stream coming up, probably going live like right now. So head over there, tell them Dean said gobble gobble, and yeah. So next week, Let's Talk Turkey here on my channel. And 2 weeks from tonight, I will have another special guest, Dean of the Live Plays. I'm going to have Dean on to talk, kind of get to know Dean a little bit more. And speaking of the Hitchhiking Bones, on December 3rd, I'm going to have Dawn on the show, and we're going to talk about Christmas cookies and Christmas treats. And that's going to be the first of my Christmas Let's Talk Turkeys. So on the alternating weeks, I've got fun stuff planned. So thank you everyone for being here, everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining all my new friends that I've had here that I've not seen on my channel. Well, thank you for coming in.
Make sure you hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. If you're watching this on the replay, leave me a comment and let me know that you were here. And so with that, that's going to do it tonight, guys. Have a gobble-tastic night. Take care, and I can't wait till the next stream with you guys. So take care, everybody.